So, welcome back once again, everybody. You're watching the Gigabyte Dota Masters Tournament. I'm Triumph Man. Casting with me is Gods from Absolute Legends, as Vash once again DCs. But this is Mineski on the Radiant versus TongFu on the Die. Now, Mineski actually have a couple of stand-ins, Gods.
Yeah, just the one stand, I believe. Well, I mean, for their Dota 2 team, not quite the same names you'll see in their Dota 1 side. Mineski K is, in fact, Kenchi, K for Kenchi, the orange team manager, although he was a former Dota pro in his own merit. So definitely, as far as stand-ins go, not a bad option. TongFu on the Dynasty, the team from China, although they're not playing with PLT or LAN-M, a lot of controversy has been surrounding him based on his what's rumored to be his move to eHome. So he's not playing here. They've got Kabu playing as a stand-in, although may potentially being the replacement for LAN-M here. And Kazen is doing their bans and picks. So we're going to see what these two teams can come up with.
Well, the Brewmaster taken out straight away, not too surprising because he's been, well, then again, we saw him ignored pretty much all of yesterday in the PD2, but as it is, he's been banned to, well, I think both games, so both previous games, I think he was banned, although maybe he was missed in the first one, I can't rightly remember, but Darkseer, very popular hero, really strong solo sideliner, that remote farming with that with Iron Shell is incredibly powerful. On top of that, he just does so much damage in that mid-game, very dangerous hero as well, very dangerous, just thanks to vacuum. Difficult to push against him, as well as just the fact that he can clear up creep waves pretty quickly as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a very annoying side lane solo hero to verse, and just a great utility here to have in your team, as he will go for that sort of mid-game pipe to help out in those team fights. Invoker being banned out as well by TongFu. TongFu do have the first pick. Maybe going to look up to pick up the oh-so popular Lycan, but the oh-so non-stop fail Lycan isn't doing all that well, so whether or not TongFu can maybe break that curse, we'll have to wait and see. They actually used Lycan in their last game against Ice. They had both Lycan and the Brewmaster. I remember people in chat, as well as some Ghosty Gamers crew who follow the Chinese scene saying, oh, game's over just by picks. TongFu have won. They've got Lycan and Panda, as well as some other crazy heroes. But Ice showed them that those two heroes can be beat.
They definitely could. Also, some people are asking in chat, what are TongFu? What on earth are they? TongFu is actually a Chinese food company, I believe. And
yes,
they're acting as sponsors. But, yeah, I mean, big in Dota, big in China. They get food companies and stuff on the bandwagon, but right now, Nature's profit.
LGD as well. Yeah, LGD is another food company sponsored them yet. So anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, but Lycan actually getting banned there. Of course, Nature's jerk. The guy just keeps all of your lanes pushed up, so you can't get out of your base. Very frustrating. Has also been banned as well. Not quite getting insta-banned as it was so far, but still in the first banning pool. And of course, Lycan and the Brewmaster can take it out together, so still teams very worried about him. Also Chen, so we've gotten rid of quite a few pushes at the moment, Gods.
Yeah, they're banning out some of those pushers. We see Antimage being left in the pool, although I don't think he'll see first pick action here. They want to get those strong laning heroes first. Maybe a winner on a first pick. We'll have to wait and see what TongFu want to go with here, although, yeah, winner will be the first pick. And Mineski going to have the option to pick up the Anti-Mage, although they do like to play with more aggressive heroes, so may not even go for it. They prefer heroes like the Queen of Pain, the DK, these great mid-game nuking heroes, even heroes like Tiny. Although, whether or not they'll be first pick, we'll have to wait and see. I think I'll just go with an Earthshaker, maybe even something like an AA or a CM with the Earthshaker here.
I think that would definitely be fantastic. It would be good. It would give them a lot of firepower. Very, very scary, but we'll see what they roll out at the moment. Now the double pick for Mineski, see what they decide to grab up. And yeah, if they can grab some good lane control, because I mean, what we've been seeing from DK has just been focused on really powerful lane control, just good early laning heroes and just control from there. And they have actually got, well, they've decided we want Anti-Mage to grab Crystal Main and Anti-Mage, so there we go.
Yeah, different style of play we'll see coming out from them. They've got the nice support here all ready to go with that Anti-Mage, and now TongFu are going to have to formulate some kind of strategy either to shut down the Anti-Mage farm or just to maybe pressure it in the early to mid-game by taking out towers. We'll see what they want to go with. We've seen a lot of Leshrac lately. Maybe here that TongFu will try and pick up as it can push down those towers quickly. Shadow Demon, though. Lovely Anti-Mage counter. It's going to sort of prevent him from leveling up that mana break because the disruption just sort of... It basically, Anti-Mage ends up killing himself with that.
Yeah, well, it's just like you want to blink, wait, sorry, a couple of hits, and you've lost 128 mana. And a shout out to It's Laser who has popped up in the chat. Maybe you should talk back to me on Skype then, and then we won't have such a big gap between meeting. But Venomant's being grabbed up for the final pick for TongFu before the second banning phase. And oh, they've got some pretty good firepower here. Venomant does need, or he doesn't naturally have a ton of lane control by himself, but if you pair him up with an offensive hero, somebody who can set things up, he is very, very scary. But we saw if he goes up with sort of a weak laner, like Ricky or something, and then doesn't... Wow. Oh, wow, this seems to be a sort of a...
I like the Brood pick. I like this Brood pick. It's a hero that can put on a lot of pressure and create room for Anti-Mage to farm in. I mean, whether you think, I mean, having the two sort of carry heroes in the same draft, Brew could be played just as that side lane solo. He sort of does his own thing while the other three heroes can protect the anti-mage. And it's a great hero to pressure the lane and make room for anti-mage to farm.
I remember seeing Mineski try this in TPL. I think it was TPL before they pulled out against Irritants. They got put, like, they weren't able to hold the line, and they just got pushed down too quickly. The Tower God was just too much to overcome. Even the Broodmother couldn't keep them in the game, so this just worried me a little bit, especially since the Chinese teams have been, like DK been showing us, they are favouring a very aggressive lineup. So, I don't know, we'll see. And of course, Sand King's still on the board, like we saw last match, very good for controlling that Brood. But as soon as you take that pressure off though, of course, Brood does get out of control fast. I'm just a little bit worried about the Brood and the anti-mage pick, but we'll see if they can pull it off. We will see how they do. ES though, getting banned now by the Dire side.
Yeah, ES would be a nice support hero to sort of combo with that Crystal Maiden. So Mineski going to have to pick something else up here. And yeah, Mineski, next couple of rounds going to be very important for them. They need to make sure TongFu can't get too many heroes that can put on pressure, counter the Broodmother, and also stop the anti-mage from farming, as they may want to ban out some of those heroes, which will give TongFu a lot of mid-game pushing power. Because right now, Venomancer, I mean, Venomancer with Plaguewards isn't going to be enough to push on their own. I mean, heroes like Shadow Shaman or Leshrac are going to be the heroes that TongFu may want to pick up if they want to go for that early push, or they may just pick up a hard carry of their own. We saw eHome up against DK last night, where eHome said, alright, you guys have anti-mage, we're going to take Morphling, and Morphling in the late game did manage to out-carry the anti-mage, although I don't think that's a matter of Morphling being a better carry than anti-mage. I think it came down to more the supporting cast.
Yeah, well, like you said, like you keep telling me, it's not the full-on, it's not just the 1v1, it was in this case, it was definitely, like, the carries barely even met. It was just, everybody said, oh look, anti-mage just stepped out of line, crush him, and then nobody's left to fight Morphling. Morphling will carry just by virtue of having nobody to oppose him. But Rasta does get banned, so I think it's a smart ban from Mineski, making sure they're not going to get pushed down super fast. One more ban now for TongFu. See what they decide to pick up. At the moment, I don't think they have really any glaring bans that like really going to mess with their lineup, so they could just pick whatever they really feel like. They could take off another support, just because right now Mineski could do with another good support, also a solo hero as well.
Yeah, they do need some solo heroes, that's right. I mean, they've got the Broodmother solo that side lane. They'll need some kind of solo mid hero, which will be a very crucial hero for them. We've seen, I mean, they've already got the Brood and Anti-Mage, both somewhat farm-dependent heroes, so I hope they go for some solo mid hero that doesn't need too much farm to be effective. I mean, they like the Queen of Pain, but I think the Queen of Pain needs too much farm to actually contribute here. They're better off getting some hero that can just at the early levels then go gank. And as for what that will be, we'll have to wait and see. Even something like an Ancient Apparition, we've seen a few teams run as that solo mid hero.
The only thing that worries about the Ancient Apparition is the same deal. If they come under a lot of early pressure, it's just one of those heroes like Invoker who just, around at the 4-minute mark, just cannot respond to a threat, just doesn't have a lot of... Ancient Apparition really needs that Ice Blast to get rolling before it can cause some serious threats. Otherwise, Cold Feet by itself just, you know, and when they're solo mid, they don't even get Ice Vortex half time. Its first couple levels of stats to help with last hitting, as well as just tanking him up a little bit. So, we'll see what they decide to go with.
Yeah,
it's Kral.
And
Banning the wrong people.
yeah, I hate that as well. I've attempted moderating as well, and it's one of those things where you go to click, and as soon as you go to click, it moves up because someone has typed a new message and you accidentally ban the wrong person.
I see.
But anyways, guys, if you accidentally get banned, you did nothing wrong. We apologize. Slider ban coming out from Mineski, and that's because Mineski themselves are known for doing this Shadow Demon plus Slider lane. It's a very strong, especially in the tri-lane situation, because you can set up the Slider stun with the disruption, and then you get a stun following up, not to mention the illusions then pounding down on a stunned hero. So it is a very scary combo. And Enchantress picked up by TongFu. There's your early game aggression, which could create some problems for Mineski.
Yeah, she can jump in about the 1 minute, 1.5 minute with a couple of creeps, just jump out, go for a game. Even if you don't get the game, force the other hero to back the hell down, and then just try and take a quick couple of towers. We've seen this been used so effectively by Navi, by Quantic, so many teams, but it's sort of been phased out a bit. Like, a lot of people are on board, they know, okay, we know how to deal with this now, it's not such a big issue. And actually, that's a hero that we don't actually... hasn't actually been seen all that much. Bat Rider. I know a lot of people are calling him out now, but we haven't seen a lot of Bat lately.
Oh yeah, I don't think Mineski are likely to pick him, but it's not a hero they like to use, but definitely TongFu are a potential candidate for picking up that hero. But as it is, I think they'll be running Shadow Demon as their solo mid hero. They've got Windrunner to go in the side lane. They've got the Enchantress and Venomancer as their two main support heroes. Venomancer, more often than not, you won't be seen played as a solo hero or farming in a lane, simply because there are better heroes for that. And Venomancer, all you need is that level 7, the maxed out Plague Wards. Mineski going to go with a Leshrac. I like this pick. It's going to give them some more pushing capabilities as well as some strong mid-game DPS.
I kind of feel it will, as long as he's not a support hero, because I mean, especially when he doesn't, like, Broodmother's going to be relative, like, Broodmother and Anti-Mage don't really want to get involved, and it's going to leave it down to Crystalmaiden, Leshrac, and one other guy to be doing the bulk of the fighting, and if you're, like, one of three, and you're pouring out so much DPS, everyone's just going to, you know what, kill that guy, get rid of him straight away, so... If he's supporting, I am a little worried, but we'll see what they go for. If they grab another support, then I think they could hold things up, definitely, just because Broodmother's good at it. She can keep her own lane under control, but I don't know, we'll find out. It just comes to whether or not they're forced into early team fights or not.
Yeah, they could easily run that Leshrac as a solo mid, then get the CM anti-mage at bottom, and if they want to get another support, and even Lich is a nice option here, and then they could run Lich even to help out the Broodmother or the Leshrac. They could even run the dual lanes with that. The Lich can maybe support mid the Leshrac, help the Leshrac get the early farm, or even help the Broodmother at top by denying a few creeps here, and help protecting from those Enchantress ganks. So this Enchantress is a key hero for TongFu. They're going to be looking to get up early onto the scoreboard with kills, towers, using those Enchantress ganks. Such an aggressive early game ganker because of the fact you can get multiple creeps nice and early on.
And like we saw with the last match, it was relatively even Invasion Red, like, looking really strong. It just came down to tower kills. Just that Zenith were getting those tower kills, Invasion weren't getting it, and in this case, I mean, it could be the same. Although, of course, you leave Broodmother alone with the lane for too long, and she will start eating towers just by virtue of having a million little spider babies. But DK being picked up here. Well, okay, interesting. Like, he will be able to push pretty hard as well, and it looks like they might not go all out crazy nuts on the, like, aggression. They might not go for the 4-minute towers, but they might just go, you know what, go to that sort of mid-game point, and then just use the Dragon Knight, use our pressure that we've been putting on the map, and just try and push down towers then.
Yeah, the DK, if you can get up some of those nice utility items, I mean, often you think DK, okay, you need the BKB and then go for the Assault Crest or damage, but you can also play DK as a mid-game pusher, going for the pipe for his team. Hero like Shadow Demon can get the mech, and then you can just go look to push, as DK is so tanky, doesn't even need many items to tank up. He's not a very item-dependent hero for that mid-game push. As TongFu, I like what they've done, and we are going to see Lich being picked up for Mineski, so I'd be surprised if they ran a tri-lane with the CM, Lich, and Anti-Mage, simply because it's two squishy supports. I think Lich is perfect if they want to run a 2-2-1, run some dual lanes, and it looks like Anti-Mage may be mid with this Crystal Maiden with some early Observer and Sentry wards for his team.
I'm kind of expecting Crystal Maiden to go with Leshrac just because they make a better killer pair. They have more firepower, and Lich and Anti-Mage, I mean, it's just such a classic combo on mid lane, dual mid. And it looks like she is breaking off. She is going to go bottom. I think she was just laying down the lane board, just helping them out with that high ground vision. Of course, very, very important when you're clashing, although Lich has DC'd, I believe. So you may need to pause in a second. As a 4-man sweep coming out from TongFu, and roll into this jungle here. And they'll probably just drop, I mean, actually, they might...
Oh, they could run into that Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden needs to be careful, running right towards them.
I'm wondering if they're planning to run the Enchantress in this jungle. Oh no, she's got counter wards. She'll probably go to her own jungle. She's got those just to make sure the pool doesn't get watered and stuff.
Yeah, she's just going bottom to do that. To block this pool to start off with, and also it's a lot safer running with 4-5 heroes early on. As a couple disconnections, that can't be good. You're reconnected, then disconnected again.
Ooh.
Not too sure what we're seeing here. But yeah, at the moment, TongFu just looking to be as safe as possible. We're going to block this pool here, and then I believe Enchantress will go to the top jungle and use that for the safer jungle. And then is there no smoke early on? I mean, you'll see an Enchantress getting the early smoke to help get those ganks going and prevent the Observer Ward spotting her, but maybe not going for a smoke and may just look for the early push.
She went for, like, I think she bought the bulk of the wards. I'm pretty sure she did most of the wards, and at this point, I mean, because they don't really need smoke to gank. If they're going to try and put on that really early aggression, they don't really need the smoke to help them gank, because in this case, I mean, they need the counter wards to spot up Brood, who'll probably be soloing up there, but they can just jump out, try and get it. If not, just chase her off and just take them to tower. I mean, after that, once she gets the tower kill, she's got money. She could probably afford a smoke off that, and then if she really wants to, then start ganking mid. But we'll see. But yeah, it looks like she did do the. I mean, does Crystal Maiden have the smoke, or somebody else have the smoke? No smoke at all.
No smoke by the team. But Mineski with their lanes, they're not looking for early ganks. I mean, the Lich is a very passive sort of defensive hero. He's just going to be looking to stay mid, support the Anti-Mage, and even Crystal Maiden, the one hero who could maybe go for some early ganks, needs to probably stay bottom, support the Leshrac, and Brood soloing that top lane. I think should do fairly well. We'll be up against a DK. DK goes for that early soar and can spam down those spider lanes with the Breath of Fire, but we'll take a fair bit of HP and a fair bit of harass because of that. As I imagine DK will be getting some support in this top lane, potentially just by the Enchantress, or maybe Venomancer as well. And Enchantress could have gone for those Sentry Wards to help gank the Brood at top.
It is possible. The question is, because, I mean, this is the issue. With a solo mid shadow, the question is how much pressure is he going to be able to apply to this anti-mage by himself? He may actually need some people to swing in from, well, some of the supports to swing. Obviously, Enchantress is not really going to be able to provide that much help early on, but maybe the Venomancer will drop in there and try and give him a hand. And I honestly don't know if Crystal Maiden needs to stay bottom for that long, just because it is going to be a solo win run. I'm pretty sure Leshrac can handle her, even if he's like not manhandling, like completely decimating the lane. At the same time, she's not really going to be edging him out all that easily, and he's just one of those heroes. You try and go after him, he's got so much nuke, he's still a huge threat. As, yes, I think Mineski's net may not be good. Captain Obvious.
Yeah, their LAN cafes, not just their net, but also the computers aren't that good at handling Dota 2. I think whenever they tab out, their Dota 2 crashes, which happens on some low-end PCs. They can run Dota 2, but you can't tab out, otherwise they do crash, which I think is why often these players are disconnecting.
But yeah.
And of course, their net as well has... That was the reason for their delays being an hour late, is because they were updating their Dota 2, which ended up being very, very slow with their poor net.
But yeah, I honestly feel that Leshrac could, I mean, even if you stay there for only a couple of minutes, Crystal Maiden could break off, leave him alone with the win run, and then even help Brood if she is under a lot of pressure on that top tower. Because, I mean, they don't want to give away easy towers if they can avoid it. Because they will be playing for that later game with the Brood as well as the anti-mage.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, at the same time, Brood is not... I mean, he's a carry hero, but he doesn't have to get up massive items. He just needs to sort of go... If he doesn't want to go for Orchid, he can just go for that sort of 25-minute BKB and still be very effective just because he gets all the damage he needs from his ultimate and just needs the BKB for the survivability, whereas Anti-Mage is a hero they have to make sure farms. If Anti-Mage falls behind, that's when they'll be in trouble, which is partly why they think, okay, bottom lane could be an aggressive lane, could see some ganks from Enchantress. Let's put Anti-Mage mid with the Lich and be somewhat guaranteed that Anti-Mage should be able to get at least some nice early game farm.
I think they should be able to defend him relatively well. It's going to come down to whether or not TongFu want to apply a lot of early pressure to him or they want to apply a lot of early pressure to towers. And Lich gets back in. Thank God. We don't have to remake. Fantastic. So here we go. I'm going to watch this CM because she might just be about to get ganked. Maybe. Or not. Bluff this. Can't see me face farming here. Crystal Maiden looks like she might have been spotted, but she should get away safely unless... I don't know, they could actually try and jump her. They've got enough firepower to grab one of those heroes as they push up. Now they're pinging saying there is trouble. They've also got the lane ward down. They could skulk up there. I mean, it looks like they're skulking here for an ambush. I think they might try for a first blood.
Yeah, Nassim is very squishy. He's got a sentry ward, may spot this ward behind tower, but needs to be careful. They're going on out, and there's a slow. Windrunner has not leveled up anything yet. They're not going to need to. Power shot is the go. CM will drop. First blood for TongFu as Leshrac needs to be careful. Will stun a couple, but he can definitely not go in on that.
And the question is, will Enchantress remain here, or will she... I mean, if she's here, she could try and apply some pressure to mid, but it's a good ward down at the moment, spotting up any possible ganks coming through. There's an invisibility bottom. First rune to spawn. It looks like DK will be soloing against Broodmother for now. But I think
they will leave Enchantress bottom. I think Enchantress will stay bottom. Enchantress will see this CM Leshrac bottom, and that is just a gold field for Enchantress. Two very easy to gank heroes. And the top lane Broodmother can't really do much there. I mean, obviously with the Sentry Wards you can maybe look for some kills, but from this bottom jungle, Enchantress can gank the Lich at mid and the CM Leshrac, two squishy heroes at bottom, easy to gank, and they've also got the ward behind tower, which will now be dewarded though.
Yeah, they figured out something must be up, especially after they charged out and jumped Crystal Maiden. So getting rid of that, although I think Enchantress still has her counter wards available. Yes, she does. She still has her counter wards up. She could try and take them out. Crystal Maiden not quite spotting. Yeah, he's got too close now. Has been spotted up by that ward. They realise Invisible Veno might need to back up just a little bit.
Denied.
Meanwhile, in mid, Anti-Mage going for Blink straight up. What will he skill next? We'll find out.
Yeah, he might not go for the mana break simply because the Shadow Demon Disruption will just be so pesky for him. He may just even go for what we've seen Burning do, which is get multiple points in stats. Right now, Anti-Mage is not leveled anything. He's just keeping that skill point. Is he going to go in on this? He needs to be careful. Shadow Demon does have that disruption. Shadow Demon forced to pop the salvers. Bottom jungle, Enchantress, Leshrac trading hits.
Oh wow, Enchantress is actually manning up and going, you know, I don't care about ED, I'm just going to pop my heal and get stuck in, but Crystal Maiden's here now, drops a Crystal Nova. We'll just go for the save, and they back up together. Venomancer being a little bit too slow to respond, doesn't get there in time to cause any havoc. Meanwhile, though, Windrunner stacking, I mean, this is good. They've already got about a third of the damage done at 2 minutes in. This is very, very good indeed. The fact that they're just stacking this early damage on and causing trouble for the bottom lane. They could take a fast tower down here.
Yeah, though they are going to have to wait and do this big creep wave moving towards them now. But the Enchantress, yeah, going to pick up a couple of creeps, probably look for some more ganks soon. And she's actually heading towards the mid lane. I'm not sure if that was a ping coming from TongFu, as it looks like they may want to try gank this Lich fairly soon.
Not going to work though. Spotted up by this ward, they will be backing up successfully. Also, Venoman's moving up through here as well, and do need to pop down that counter ward to find that rune ward down there. At the moment, it looks like DK is winning the CS war up the top, although I don't know how much of that's Spiderlings.
Let's say 7 CS versus 8. At the moment, it's just very, very even. And DK, he's gonna have to use that mana to try to stop the push. But until he gets the soaring of his own, he cannot do all that well. Brood actually taking quite a lot of damage. Does have the soaring up.
I'm honestly not sure how Lich got. I mean, they saw all of these heroes coming. I don't know how he got caught out. I mean, he saw Venomance coming. He saw Enchantress coming with a net creep, with a troll.
Yeah.
Why he was pushing up so hard, I don't know why. I mean, they didn't see them exit either. They didn't see them back up. So definitely a bit of an odd play there, but as it is right now up in the top lane, looks like actually not bothering. Actually, DK not bothering the stun, goes for the extra. I like this. The extra level on Dragon's Blood is going to help him out a bit, just because of the regen. He's going to get harassed a bit by the Broodling spam, although it looks like she might actually not bother. She's just going to go and CS with it, get more Broodlings.
Yeah, and this against a hero like Brood, as a DK, it's much better getting the extra point in Dragon Blood, because DK now, sending out his Soul Ring, he's going to be spamming that Soul Ring plus Breath of Fire combo, and with the Soul Ring, you take a lot of damage, so you need the additional HP regen from the Dragon Blood, and it's not like the stun is going to help against the Brood. It's unlikely
apparently,
to kill.
Apparently, the stream is suffering a lot of lag. I will just double check what's going on in a moment. It may just be the net connection is just suffering a little bit. It should be picking up now. Yeah, the bitrate is picking up again. It was a little bit low. I'll just tell them that now.
No problem. As yeah, DK doing very well against Brood at top. Enchantress and Venom actually smoking from their jungle. They're maybe going to look for a kill on this Brood. And if they get a kill, they can always go look for that push, although the Spiderlings not going to spot them out because they are in fact smoked. So Brood in a lot of trouble here. They don't have the DK stun, but they do have Venom Gale. Ooh,
that was not a good ward.
It looks like... No, but I don't think Brood realized. Oh, misses the Gale. The clap is going to hit though. Or is it? Another Sentry Ward goes down, and I think Brood will survive this. Oh, the slow is there. Ursa needs a clap. They get the clap. Brood barely goes down. Not the smoothest of ganks, but they did get the kill.
Yeah, in the end, I mean, I was surprised by that early ward. I mean, that was very far away from any of the... Maybe they were expecting Brood to charge in there and drop. However, I'm not dead sure. But right now, Leshrac actually applying early pressure to this bottom tower. Under attack. As apparently, I don't know why, apparently everybody's lagging. I'm not sure why they're lagging.
I was lagging for a second. It looks a lot smoother now on my end though.
Okay, good, good. Maybe it was just the net quality for a second.
Yeah, although mine is only on 240 though, just on the side, but it should be okay. It was spiking before. Now it seems fine. Shadow Demon actually picks up a kill at mid on Lich by himself. Must have stacked a couple poisons there, and with that disruption, got the kill as...
Anti-Mage is actually leveling Mana Break.
Yeah, this is but it was, I'm somewhat surprised, but at the same time, they want to be aggressive using that Nova and Anti-Mage blinking in. So to get those kills, they need to be, they need the Mana Break. And instead of, he's focusing more on killing rather than farming, which is sort of what Mineski like to do. They like to be aggressive. They don't like to just focus on the farm. Anti-Mage needs to be careful, because Shadow Demon, trying to stack some poisons, does have the level 6 very, very soon, although he is a bit low on mana.
Yeah, he is a bit, and now the Broodling's trying to invade this jungle. We're going to try and steal this creep pool. And actually not quite succeeding there, in fact. Spamming some mana. DK's also gone for Flame Breath as well as that Soul Ring. He's got, well, he's going to be able to, he's basically, the Broodlings are not going to be a great help to her now, to the Broodmother, just because he's going to be able to spam them. Spam the Flame Breath, and just clean them up for free cash. See here, look, there we go. Flame Breath, going to do a whole bunch of damage, clean up a few of them, and just keep doing that every time they try and come close to him. Just watching, Venomancer has picked up some wards. Right now, apparently, I don't know why they're lagging. And guys, this is Australian internet. It is not the best thing ever. So you're just gonna have to. Not much I can do with that. I'm sorry. The counter wards are still down. They're gonna spot up this Broodmother. In fact, this is actually this ward now makes a lot more sense. Broodmother's dropped down a web in here, and she's still visible. I'm not sure if she even realizes this. That she's still completely visible. I suppose this is a pretty common web spot. This is a pretty common web spot for the Broodmother when she's soloing this lane. Gets hit there by the Venomous.
The Gale does miss. No, the Gale misses, but the poison thing was on her. So, the Courier taking a lot of damage. Down to about 40 HP.
Yeah, I mean, she'd be a little bit quicker, but the Spiders could have taken her out as Brood. But wow, Enchantress actually picking up. Oh, they've dived mid. Lich going down again. She's got a whole bunch of Centaurs. And Anti-Mage, nothing he can do right now. double damage as well on that Shadow Demon.
Yeah, for those of you who are still lagging, try a different quality. Sometimes just having it on like go, even if putting it on a higher quality sometimes can be less laggy, so definitely try something else out. Sometimes it is on Twitch's end, although more likely than not it's the Australian net. There are going to be a bit of engagement on mid. The T1 tower drops, Enchantress picking that up, and Anti-Mage looking for some aggression, but he's going to have to back off very quickly. As you said, too many Centaurs.
Way too many Centaurs. Broodmother now up in the top lane, going to try to keep farming away. And it looks like, well, DK still busy down by the creep wave, but they've banned, like, Venomancer is no longer harassing her up here. He's backed off, gone to help out elsewhere, but I think this is good. The fact that Anti-Mage has been under a lot of pressure, keeps getting, well, I mean, it's nearly 8 minutes in almost, and he's down to 20 CS. He's really not done all that well. Meanwhile, though, Mineski are countering it. They're getting this push on this bottom tower, although it looks like it's going to be denied that unless Crystal Man can get in from behind. She's moving in from behind, going to try and drop a Crystal Nova on him. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Tries to go for the kill, doesn't manage to get the tower kill, and now she's probably not going to get the Wind Running. Oh, she might actually, couple more hits if she can all walk in. Oh, it's going to get it. Will succeed. Just barely.
Oh no, but Leshak will pay for this. The Purge coming out will do enough damage, and CM as well may drop here as Shadow Demon has stacked a couple. He's going to try to stack a few poisons. They are maxed out poisons, and with that, CM should drop here.
Dead.
I think he can just blow up the poisons now. Yeah, one more. Yeah, there we go. The poisons, the damage unleashed, and Shadow Demon with a double.
Not a good result for Mineski. They didn't get the tower kill. It was denied. Lost 2 heroes as well, plus a really important Leshak there. Very, very painful for them. To bring up the gold chart, it's about 3.5k in favour of TongFu at the moment, although DK still holding this off. Brood is actually, I think she's trying to creep skip. She keeps dropping up there.
Yeah, it looks like just trying to avoid those sentry wards by going into a sort of very aggressive position to farm. Also using those Spider Link as a, DK going to just keep spamming that Fire Breath. It's now level 4. So that does a lot of damage. He's also picked up the level 1 stun now.
Gem.
Quite happy with the level 2 Dragon Bot. Gem on...
Enchantress. Oh, wow. That's a very... 9-minute gem. That's a very fast gem. It's going to make all sorts of hell for Broodmother, but it will definitely slow down Enchantress just a bit, assuming that she was the one who bought it. A shackle to a Spiderling. Oh, that's going to be frustrating. Also been slowed down. Gets stunned by the Centaur. Nothing she can do. Dragon Tail also being... Actually, DK's picked a Dragon Tail now. That's pretty much ruined Broodmother's day. She needs a gank on this Enchantress now. They need to retrieve that gem or destroy it or something, because otherwise, like, there's not much she can do. It's really going to frustrate her.
Yeah, absolutely. Mineski now behind 1 kill to 8. Anti-Mage's not fighting all that well. He's going to get ganked at mid. Anti-Mage has no mana as well because of those illusions, but Shadow Demon taking most of the damage. Anti-Mage has been purged. Shadow Demon will go down to 1 more right click. See him actually getting the kill. It would be nice to get on the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage has actually picked up a Vanguard though, so he's not farming all that badly, but I will need some more items very, very soon.
As people call it, took longer for the wait. It's going to take longer for the wait than it is to watch Mineski lose. Ouch. It's a little bit harsh to see the... Oh, wow. That did a lot of damage to Enchantress almost going down to that Spiderling spawn. Broodmother has picked up treads. Is just going to try and hold this off. Not going to work though. She's got support porting in now. Leshak is here, but probably going to lose the tower. And I don't know. She's sitting around. She's pretty... I mean, she's really sort of been a little ballsy there, considering there is a gem rolling around. The stun goes down on a CM illusion. Enchantress just healing up. She's picked up that smoke now, ready to go on smoke deck. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage is sitting in this mid lane, and that Vanguard is definitely going to help him stay in the lanes.
Yeah, absolutely. Another smoke coming up from Enchantress as well as the winner. They're looking to go in on top, maybe get another kill on this poor Broodmother. Brood is having such a tough time at top lane. Sentry wards and a gem now, as they're going to be looking to go on in. DK taking a bit of damage, but those Spiderlings do next to no damage considering DK's armor. There's the Dragon Tail. We're going to see a Shackle Shot, and Brood will drop once again. I
think Brood's learning the hard lesson that she can't sit up in this top lane. Her webs will do nothing to protect her against this gem. Although Crystal May moving, can they get this gem? They need to focus Fire Enchantress, need to get this gem off her. It will open up Brood's game so much as a Shrek giving chase to DK. Although Crystal May getting targeted now by the Dire team, gets brought down. This is not what they want to happen. Lich also probably going to die here. Will he get taken out? Yes, he does go down. And DK still on the run, pops a salve. Dukes Leshak. Leshak feeling like a bit of a clown now. There's the stun again. Shadow Demon is here. Here comes the kill on Leshak. He's running low on mana, has been slowed, taking a ton of damage, and that was out when pear-shaped for Mineski. They needed to take out. They just, even if they were going to suicide their heroes, needed to kill the gem. They did not manage it.
Yeah, exactly. The gem is still up on Enchantress. Enchantress now up to 1k gold. Anti-Mage meanwhile was farming, but Venoman's actually helping take out the tier 1 tower, although Anti-Mage did get the deny in. But still, Mineski in a lot of trouble now. Those 3 kills going TongFu's way is going to make them fall further and further behind.
This is just what I meant. Like, watching them play before with the Brood, the whole Brood and the other carry was just... It didn't work. It was just they came under too much firepower and they just didn't have their own like their own spell power to basically counter gank or even just fight back. And we saw there in that fight, they just couldn't even focus down something like the Enchantress. The heal was just too much. I think also because the other problem was Leshrac split up. He chased DK, which I think was a pretty big mistake. DK obviously really damn hard to kill, and just in the end got ganked as well. Very, very frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely. TongFu playing very well, very sharp. Great play coming up from the Enchantress, leading all these ganks. And we are going to see them heading towards the mid lane. Mineski, I think they just need to get the hell out, play as safe as possible now. They need that Lich to get level 6, get the Chain Frost coming into play. And Antimate just needs to keep that farm going. And even Leshrac needs some items, needs that. Looks to be going for a Drum of Endurance. He's actually gone for a bit of a mixed build between Split Earth, Edict and Lightning Storm. I believe he will pick up the level 4 Lightning Storm just for the range damage.
Also, should mention, guys, for all that we've got to give this to Mineski. At the very least, they are playing with a very new team, we would say. You know, Jules has left. One of their players, one of the regular players, is sick. So we've got a stand-in who is a decent stand-in skill-wise, but again, they're not going to have that innate chemistry that you would expect from a team that you would expect from a team that's been playing together for ages.
Yeah, absolutely. And TongFu, they've already taken out all the Tier 1 towers. May look to start pressuring some of those Tier 2 towers. DK, he's got the Sorin, got an Ogre Club. Going to be building towards that BKB here, not going for the pipe, sort of mid-game pushes. I think they're feeling pretty confident, maybe that the Venomancer can farm the pipe up for them, as Windrunner is getting very close to finishing off their mech.
See how up top, still far away, just, I wonder how much extra cash is. He's just every now and then just drop in, burn the Spirelings, get about, 30, 40 extra gold. Just every now and then.
Well, he's up to 97 CS already, and that's, I mean, including the Spirelings. At 14 minutes in, he's reached 100 CS. That is just insane.
Almost 400 GP at the moment, so yeah, he's doing pretty damn good. As you see the port out from Antimage, going bottom and try and hold, or just farm this creep wave. Windrunner was threatening that tower with Enchantress. Enchantress still rolling around, has picked up a brace, also a cloak, just to basically bulk up a bit, make herself harder to kill. Just tank up, as it looks like, I think Crystal Maiden is saying, can you help me take this so I can get some ward money? I'm not dead sure there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Broodmother! Oh, she's screwed. The gem is on her. She's been slowed. They can see her. Here comes the Dragon Tail, stunned, and there is no escape for her. No way, not a chance. She even throws in the web, hoping to be able to speed on out of there. Not going to happen. Not a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Brood just getting completely punished this game.
I mean, again, I'm going to say, a bit of a Carl moment. What is she doing up here? She knows they've got a gem. They don't have that much vision up here. It's just silly. I mean, they know.
At the same time, Brood knows that as a Brood, you need to be putting on pressure, need to be pressuring this top tower as well as sort of distracting while creating room for the Antimate to farm. Obviously, you don't want to die while doing that. You want to be as sort of efficient as possible, not feed away too many kills, but it's Brood's job to push that tower, create room for Antimate to farm, which Brood is doing, but at a very big, steep cost of a lot of death and a lot of kills going in TongFu's favor. They're going to look to start pushing. This mid-tier 2 tower is going to be what they want next.
They're probably going to be able to take it too, although they're also pushing the top tower at the same time. DK actually just running out of an ultimate form. Not for them to sit, but I mean, he can just help push it. The creep wave, he can spam that down pretty easy, so with the pressure on mid, Orange is busy. It's Anti-Mage going to need to port someone. Brood has actually gone back to top lane. She should be able to hold off the DK on her own. Meanwhile, possible engagement. Shackle Shot doesn't latch. The slow being used there. The Purge on top of the Christmas. She is getting hammered. Oh, made of glass with that damage amp. Nothing she could do. And the poison spray, the shadow poison is so damn annoying. Just continually harassing, stacking them on there. And now DK is coming to the mid lane, just going to help push this instead. 20 seconds on his ultimate form. Keeping at level 1, which I think is very wise, because they just want to push, want that extra corrosion damage against the tower. Leshrac maybe getting a little too close. Could have gotten banished down and gotten further down, but in the end, managed to back up successfully. Jamding actually banishing himself to get the tower off him. And will back up successfully. Although Anti-Mage actually trying to push this top lane by himself. I think this is smart. Couldn't hold. Might as well push another lane.
Yeah, I like what he's doing here. He does need to be a bit careful. He may receive the same fate that the Brood has if he gets caught out here, but he does have much nicer escape mechanisms as he is. Venomancer is closing on in. He's being completely spotted here. He may have to TP out soon, as TongFu may try and close in on him. But yeah, he's getting the farm that he needs, pressuring the bottom lane, and that's going to help the rest of his team get some farm and items up. We see Brood actually in the enemy jungle, up to 2k gold. I assume just needs that straight BKB here to be as tanky as possible.
And I think what he's doing now is a little bit smarter, just the fact that he's not really hanging around the towers quite so much. It's a little bit harder to find, although at the same time, I don't think he's going to be able to do a whole lot because DK is keeping this tower defender. He could pretty much do that all day, although now he's in some trouble. Gets hit by the Chain Frost as well as the Splitter. Does pop his ult, but he will go down to the Chain Frost. Too much damage there. Anti-Mage also stacking his damage. Leshrac, though, getting the kill. And they will try and push it down this tower, which is exactly what they need. Actually, the Spiderling is holding off the creep wave as well.
Yeah, that was a nice little gank. I mean, they smoked just for that kill, but definitely worth it, as they're now going to get this tier 1 tower, and they can even keep on pushing. They may go for the tier 2 tower. TongFu, meanwhile, are taking Roshan, which is something Mineski can't really prevent them doing now that they have such a big lead. But with this, I mean, I think Mineski will keep on pushing. Anti-Mage getting close to that Battle Fury. Brood up to, what's Brood got? He's picked up, he's got to 3k gold, so only about 1k gold away from that BKB, as TongFu will manage to take out Roche fairly easily, but Mineski creating something in return.
Well, yeah, it's better than nothing, as it looks like Venomancer is rolling up, and he has actually bulked up a bit, picked up a Vitality booster, and they will be porting back to defend this second tier tower in the top lane, although only Windrunner's here. She's just going to spam Power Shot. There is some support coming. Crystal Main jumping her now, going to go for Frostbite, lands it, but nobody there to follow up, just harassing a little bit. The ports are coming in now. Tower's not taking too much damage, could have been worse. Just looking at Leshrac's build, and he has only level 3 Edict as well now. The Shackle Shot goes down, and the Crystal Main getting caught out, gets taken out. Probably should have retreated with her team there. Unfortunately, I think she might have been going to drop a ward or something.
Yeah, they did get the ward on. Actually, they had the ward on the high ground. It actually got de-warded by that gem, so it wasn't a very long-lasted ward on that high ground near that top tier 2 tower. And yeah, TongFu very on the ball, came back to defend, although Antimate's now finding some farm at bottom lane, so he's going to keep that GPM going. He's slowly starting to catch up, I feel. He's actually up to 320 GPM about, so he's not that far behind TongFu, but TongFu have 3 heroes at 350 on Enchantress, 400 on Winner, and 400 on DK, so TongFu are feeling pretty comfortable here, I'd say.
I would too. I would be indeed. Just looking at, oh wow, Enchantress is still sitting on 2.2k gold, just saving up. I wonder what she's going to go for here. Might just actually, she might have, we often see them try and pick up Argonums or something. No, she's picked up an Ultimate Orb. Just trying to figure out where she's going. I don't know if she's just going to try and pick up a Hex or something.
Probably just go for the Hex to help deal with the Anti-Mage as well as the Brood. I mean, Hex is fairly useful against both those 2 heroes there. And even Anti-Mage, he's not going to have that Manta up for a while. He's going to go for the Battle Fury first, and he's actually almost finished the Battle Fury, only about 600 gold away, but TongFu putting on the pressure. They're going to take this tier 2 tower at top, and with that only 1 outer tower remaining, TongFu going to increase their gold lead to almost 10k gold now, and they're going to just keep on pushing.
Yeah, they look very scary. Forced up in there for the Shadow Team. The stun goes down on the Crystal Mage. She will get destroyed. Going to get shadowed there. Down she goes. I see Enchantress now ulting. The Lich doing a lot of damage. Lich having to back up. Leshrac moving and needs to be careful. He's pretty much alone at the moment. Not a whole lot of backup for him. Tower's still taking a lot of damage. Venomancer also taking a fair bit of damage to the tower. Now the Dragon Knight tanking it. The sword spam is coming out though. Banished though on the DK. Gonna pop out some more illusions of those dragons and cause some damage. And Leshrac's lightning bouncing across those illusions.
And DK's actually gone for a Sanj and Yasha just for the pushing power set. He decided he didn't need the BKB, and I agree, he doesn't really need it, but Sanj and Yasha not the best item for its cost, but still it gives more pushing power than a BKB, as Lich ulti will go and bounce around. This is, TongFu need to be careful, that's bouncing a lot. It's gonna go back to the Shadow Demon. Wow, that Chain Frost doing a lot of damage, and that's gonna help Mineski defend this as Anti-Mage blinking in, Shackle Shot not latching on, and with that TongFu going to lead their second charge here. The Enchantress heal is up. Brood gets instantly locked down. Brood even bought the BKB but didn't get a chance to pop it. Oh, what a big mistake coming out from Jay. If he popped that BKB, maybe would have been able to clean up. But now with the mech, the Enchantress heal, TongFu all back to full HP practically.
Yeah, well, that's the attrition. Like, he's healing up. I don't think the Radiant had that yet. No, they don't have their mech up. They don't have their pipe. They don't have any of those good defensive items up. And as we saw, really paid off having that mech up and running. Along with the Enchantress, obviously, also does a ton as well. But Enchantress took a fair bit of damage, she popped back in. I mean, that was a good Chain Frost. Near nothing came from 6 out of 7 bounces were successfully landed on a hero.
Yeah. It just came down to Brood not being in position to go in with that BKB. That's what they needed. That great Chain Frost followed up with a Brood BKB, wreaking some havoc. Leshrac all maybe just hits a split earth, and suddenly they can get 2-3 kills, but the coordination just wasn't quite there, and Brood just found himself getting stunned before it could even BKB, and now they've got the Aegis up still, TongFu. It's actually on the Shadow Demon, their Aegis. They've decided DK is tanky enough, he's not really in much danger.
I thought they would give it to Enchantress, seeing as she's carrying him.
Yeah, that's true. Enchantress is also quite a squishy hero, especially if you get stunned before you can pop that heal off. But I think they decide Shadow Demon's a bit more important because Shadow Demon can help keep the Enchantress alive using that disruption.
It's true. This is perfectly true. So I'm just looking, who is that in mid? Shadow Demon's rolling around, just kind of cause some damage. He's just going to try and push this wave, keep this lane pushed, while they take this bottom tower, just increase their gold lead even further, up to about a 12.5k lead at the moment on gold. Experienced are also doing very well. Similar story for the experience chart as well. I'm just going to look at the GPM. 500 GPM for the Dragon Knights. And Windrun I see on 400 plus as well, looking very scary. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage is 350, not bad. Riddler also not bad, 360. It's just they're way behind the Radiant at the moment. That's the main issue. And then just using that Whirlwind to push to cause some damage. And I think they're pinging mass randomly. Okay.
And DK has a Hyperstone as well, so his attack speed with that corrosive attack is getting a bit out of control.
I'm not
He's just
sure
in the front line.
what Broodmother and Anti-Mage, like, they need to be back here trying to hold off this push. At the moment, they're oh, here they come now. No Broodmother's changed much. She's going to make the farm. Never mind.
And Brood no TP as well, so Mineski deciding maybe they just can't defend this.
Fair enough. Anti-Mage has returned. I get stunned by Dragon. Walk straight. What is he doing? Oh, he walked straight into that.
Oh yeah, and Windrunner tried to force into a shackle shot there, but Anti-Mage managed just to get out in time. But now, how on the DK going to town on this tier 3 tower?
I don't know what the I mean, you've got the high ground there. You can walk up. You can blink over the high. You just don't walk up to Dragon Knight and cop a stun. And Broodmother forgetting that somebody has a gem. Oh dear, no, she pops the BKB in and will get away successfully, but has to waste a charge, unfortunately. And now the tower, mid-tower being beaten on. And once again, Dragon Knight still without, he's got 46 seconds on that ultimate. He's going to bring up the items at the moment so we can see exactly what people do. The tower does go down, 4-star there from the Shadow Demon, moves into position, grabs the Crystal Man, she goes down, split earth landing, mech gets popped by the dire, and they're pretty much all healed up. Enchantress, 20 seconds on Nature's Attempt. She's taking a little bit of damage, but she should be okay. Anti-Mage hasn't committed yet. Powerful power shot going through, doing a lot of damage. The Impetus doing a lot of damage there to the Anti-Mage. She needs to back up. Chain Frost gonna bounce again. Big bounce amongst the hero. Crystal Windrunner not quite going down.
I was close to getting the Windrunner. That Chain Frost bounced all around. Although in the end, not enough damage. The bottom racks will go down. And, I mean, TongFu, they're still nice and healthy. They've got the mech coming up soon. They've got the urns on the Venom Man, so they're just going to keep looking for kill after kill. And Anti-Mage just does not have the items he needs to be effective.
The Crystal Nova goes down. There's the Poison Nova as well. Frostbite on the Venomance, but it looks like they're going to grab him. Great shackle from Windrunner, pinning down both heroes. Completely shutting them down. And it looks like they're just going to rotate to mid. Sweep the mid tower. Or maybe they're not. I don't know. Dragon Knight's just like, screw it, I'm out of here. Looks like might go and fetch. I mean, if they can sweep, they've got the firepower to do it. He's just going to make some illusion. Okay, they're just going to have a Dragon Knight take it. Here we go, popping the Flame Red. It's going to clean up this creep wave. It's still a good 10 to 30 seconds on respawns for the Radiant side. Sweep this tower. They've got the creep in the base. That's all they need. And yeah, gods, it's been GG for a while, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. Mineski will finally call it. The mid-racks will drop. From the start, TongFu were just playing aggressive and, I mean, dealing with this Anti-Mage pick very well. The Enchantress getting those early kills on bottom, swinging to top. That 9-minute gem completely shut down this Brood. Even Brood still managed to farm a BKB in a reasonable time, but by then, TongFu were just too far ahead. Yeah, and also just limited her push. Like we saw, every time she tried to get up there and push, it was just, they show up and kill her. So she just couldn't, like, what was the game before? What was it? It was Zenith versus Invasion. It was Zenith. They were doing a similar thing, just having the Brood run around the enemy jungle, cause all sorts of havoc, push towers, cause distraction. But Invasion Red, they didn't buy this early gem, and this was really good, I've got to say. This was really, really good from the Dire team. They did, like, TongFu just buying that early gem, just completely shut down Brood's ability to be annoying. Yeah, no, absolutely. And with that, we're going to have, Mineski, they've called GG. So coming up next is going to be Zenith versus Duskfin. And TongFu, they've lost. I believe the only game played they've lost, which was against Ice. So they're going to have a couple more games coming up over the next week or so. But this is a much-needed win for them. Is this, are we behind schedule or on schedule currently? No, we are on schedule. This game only started 10 minutes late. And being a fairly quick game, I don't think Zenith game is meant to start for another 10-15 minutes. Okay, fantastic. Finally, I won't have to wear more shoes, but yes, this is looking very GG. And shout out to TongFu. I mean, they definitely played this one well, I've got to say. Mineski, again, that double carry strategy, I don't know, I'm just not a huge... I've seen them use it before, and it hasn't succeeded, so a little sketchy about seeing them try and run it again. Yeah, no, absolutely. The Anti-Mage Brood, they needed to do better in their lanes, and they just fell behind early. That level 1 gank, even just killing the CM, just gave TongFu a huge amount of momentum. and in the end, it was just too much to overcome.
Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. You just watched Mineski go down to TongFu. We will be back, well, in a few minutes, about 10 minutes or so, with the next game between Dustbin and, was it Zenith? I think it's Zenith coming up.
That's right.